The evil Gold Tech Corporation has invaded the island of Dwarfland. In our 3D platformer game, the player acts as a rogue worker who is trying to save his homeland from the construction company by utilizing different unique actions around the levels. The player can either use the unique mechanic of the game such as fly or dig to perform an attack from the air or ground, or choose to run away unless it's a boss fight. These mechanics also help the player's movement to avoid taking environment damage. Players will also have a vacuum-like ability to push and pull an object so that they can create a path toward their destination. They can also choose how or who they want to fight because of these abilities. Combat attacks revolve around how the player moves. Finally, the collectibles allow the player to choose which new level they want to go to. Each level will have its own feeling of flow, which make the player decisions impactful with choosing to go here. This makes the player feel like their choice was meaningful to how they want to play the game. Players will have 3 lives throughout the level and will lose 1 after getting hit once. The enemies in the game can be killed by jumping on them or being attacked from under the ground. Players will only be able to dig in areas that will be marked on their screen and be able to fly after the batteries are recharged for their helicopter hat. Players will need a specific amount of collectibles depending on the portal potties in the level. As the player progresses through the game by collecting progression collectibles and defeating the boss in different areas, the player will win the game by defeating the construction company and protecting his homeland. Sub-goals are, if the player gets through each level without dying, they receive bonus points. Another sub-goal is that if they collect all the collectibles throughout the game, they unlock an achievement. Players will encounter different types of challenges that they will have to face. Golems will try to stop them at every turn. The environment itself is a challenge because of the construction zone has different platforms that move. And final anti-force is the boss that players will have to face. The boss will have a larger size than regular golems and have more health. Players will have to utilize the mechanics in hand to defeat the boss. As a 3D platformer, the player can utilize the movement in our game. This includes regular movement of jumping and running, along with additional vertical movement like dig and fly. In a scenario, we have a player who is trapped between 2 patrolling enemies. The player must choose if they want to attack one and lose 1 life, or they can improvise. Just a few steps in front of the player, there is an area to where they can dig and attack the enemy in front of them. This allows the player to utilize the movement system. Players will also have the progressive collectibles that they can use to unlock different areas. In this scenario, the player is close to unlocking the final area but still needs a few more collectibles. But luckily for them, there is an area that is already unlocked that they haven't went to yet. This allows them to get the last few they need to unlock the final area. Few of the games we drew comparison from were Mario Odyssey, Mario 64, and both iterations of Spyro. The issue for developing this game is the character controller and camera controller because they are 2 elements that builds a platformer game. We are looking forward to seeing you lend your hand to help out the player avatar protect his homeland. Thank you.